What up, y'all? It's your boy. Right back at you with another shorty. This one is about a time at McDonald's when it had got real busy unexpectedly, and only because you had two of the best workers working the grill that night did we make it through that joint. And what happened was, it was a Saturday night. And usually on a Saturday night at our McDonald's, it's usually busy all morning and like throughout the early afternoon. But around 5, 6 o'clock in the evening, it really starts to die down with the weekend traffic. So it's usually kind of slow on Saturday evenings at our McDonald's at that time. And at this particular time, it was like, I'm going to say it was around like 10 o'clock at night, 10:30 at night. And we have two grills that we cook on in the grill area. And that particular night, it was me and my man David Connolly. Me and him was in the grill. We was the only two in the grill. And it was about 10:30 at night, like I said, and we had decided to cut one of the grills, which means you basically just, shut the grill off, clean it up, and just we don't use it no more until the next morning. So we cut one of the grills. We had cooked a few sandwiches and put them in the bin so that, we wouldn't have to be cooking while we back here, cleaning up the grill area. We basically started pre-closing the grill because it was real. It wasn't like no traffic that night. So we put enough sandwiches in the bin to make it, through a typical Saturday night. And just out of nowhere, 10:30 at night, we had two coach buses and like 3 or 4 carloads of people that had just came back from a trip to King's Dominion and stopped by McDonald's as they were coming back. So, and they come in there, we done cut that grill. That grill is off, okay? And we had put up like half the supplies in the grill. We were not expecting 2 bus loads and like 3 or 4 car loads worth of people. So it went from like being like no customers to we had well over 100 people hungry as all outdoors in our McDonald's. And I mean, they ordering up everything. Me and David were the only ones in the grill. We had like maybe one person on the front line, like it might have been 2 in the drive-thru. We was on a skeleton crew. It normally is not busy that time of night. We got all them people in there, man, with one grill and only 2 grill workers. Like one person on front line. It was like one person on front line, and then like the manager had to go up there and help. And we had like 2 people in drive-thru. Some kind of way, me and David was able to cook all that food with one grill. We only had one grill. Me and him made it happen. In the front line, they held their own. People weren't really holding on food. That was one of the busiest nights of my career at McDonald's, because on a normal night, if we had like our normal crew, we could have much easily had handled that. But when you're working with a skeleton crew and you are not expecting to have that many people at one time, that will really stress a crew. And especially when you got a skeleton crew at that. And then you got a lot of young people was on there. So they come to him. I mean, you're talking about having all these Happy Meals and it was just crazy that night. But me and him, we got it done, man. That was one of the busiest nights of my career at McDonald's, for the simple fact that we was on a skeleton crew and they had to serve that many people. And like I said, we didn't have them people waiting that long. They ate, they pretty much ordered their food and left. They ordered their food and got back on the bus. So it's not like they were hanging out in the building. But we were able to get that food cooked up. And matter of fact, I think this was definitely before we switched over to what was called back then the Made for You grill, which was where they opened up the grill area so that the customers you could be outside ordering food in the lobby and you could see the food being cooked. That's how it is now. When you go to McDonald's, you can see right into the grill area and watch them cook food. Back then, it wasn't like that. The grill area was not exposed to the public, and we cooked food fresh back then. So we was cooking food right off the grill and giving it right to the people. So they was getting fresh food, and me and Dave was able to get that food up really quickly, and we weren't really holding. Probably the worst part about it was all the fries had to be dropped because you just gonna have to sit there and wait 4 minutes for them fries to cook. So people were getting hot, fresh fries, and I guess they were still so loaded up, from coming from King's Dominion that they didn't mind waiting a little bit for the food. But like I said, they weren't holding long. We got them people out of there relatively quickly. They was out of there. They weren't in there more than maybe, I would say 45 minutes. I would say 45 minutes. They was, from the time they came in there to the time that they left, it was probably about 45 minutes, which was good considering the situation. And like they got fresh food because the food that we had in the bin, they ate that up, and that was gone, 10 minutes in. So they was getting fresh fries, fresh burgers, fresh everything. So it turned out really good, but that was that might have been my most stressful night. And the people was cool. It wasn't stressful because of the people, because they was having fun. They were still up from King's Dominion. So they weren't complaining. The people were nice. It was a lot of food that had to be cooked in a very short period of time. And we were able to get it done. And I just thought about that. And I just remembered that when me and David Connolly, and I forgot who the frontline worker was. I forgot. I just remember it was me and David. I don't remember everybody else because me and him was working together, and we got them people up out of there, man. So that was just a shorty on one of my most stressful nights. Might have been my most stressful night at McDonald's when we got hit with over 100 people at one time. So that's it for now. I'll holler at y'all next time.